Okay, we're in DCS. We've got the AV8B Harrier, which is free to fly at the moment because all of the aircraft are free over Christmas in DCS. So we're going to do a quick circuit to figure out how to fly the thing. So I've mapped the controls, or the obvious controls. Request taxi to runway.
Infield 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
I have to remember what I've mapped now on the buttons. Hopefully we're going to hear back. If we don't, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nose wheel steering works, which is good. Let's have a look around the plane while we're taxiing. There's another Harrier over there. Clear this side. So we'll turn towards the runway. Some F-18s parked out. We're at Nellis, I think. He's going to follow us and follow the proper taxi route. Okay, so let's center our view back up. Avoid the lights on the ground. So if he's our wingman, we ought to go and join on the right hand side. So we'll pull up next to the markers and stop. Let's go and have a look outside, see what this model looks like. Oh, it looks very good, doesn't it? You can see the other Harrier. Oh, he's not going to pull up alongside me for formation takeoff then, they're going to take turns. Okay, so I can pull into the middle. Well, I may as well just start rolling, really. Okay, full throttle. The Harrier doesn't have reheat, so we don't have to worry about that. Pull back gently. Gear up.
Altitude.
Flaps
altitude.
up.
Altitude.
Not sure why I got a warning, probably going too fast with the flaps. Let's pull back to 50% throttle. So we'll do a quick touch and go. So if I go left circuit. A bit slow. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. It doesn't hold, or maybe it's because we're only doing 250 knots, but it doesn't want to go in a straight line very easily. So let's let it fall back towards the horizon. Let's trim the elevators. Okay. So I've never flown these before, so this is all rather interesting. 276 knots. Let's go back inside. We'll cover a flyby view, I guess. Cool. Right, let's start our turn. We're a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. Engines to idle. Flaps are down. Gear is down. A little bit slow. Yeah, I didn't like going slower than 150 knots. So it's worth saying I haven't vectored the engines at all.
Pull up, pull up.
Okay, so that was pretty straightforward. It's coming very fast, but then it's very short wing aircraft, isn't it? So gear up, flaps up, full throttle. Okay, I guess the next thing to do will be to have a look outside and get rid of everything. So drop heavy things. Controlled very nicely. Try some aerobatics. So that snap roll was the aeroplane did that all on its own. I'm obviously going a bit slow. Yeah, 180 knots. It really didn't like pulling around a high G corner like that. Okay, I have no idea what the chevrons mean. Possibly the slash lines. .330 knots, 40, 50. Glides like a brick, basically. That's about what you'd expect from a Harrier, to be honest. So if you have a look from outside, come in low along the runway, and we'll come back in and vector the nozzles and see if we can do a hover.
Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude.
No idea why I keep getting warnings. I guess you basically fly like a helicopter once you're in hovering. Once you reduce forward speed to 0. So I can vector the nozzles, I guess, to kill my forward speed, which I've just done. So you can see the speed coming down. Let's get the nose up. Still doing 50 knots. Not the most controlled landing, but it was a landing. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Obviously there's a ton of stuff in the cockpit. I haven't even looked around yet, have we? You can see that everything works because it's a study level aircraft. And it's all a bit mad, really. It's a Harrier, AV8B. Obviously it's vastly different than the original version of the Harrier, the GR7 I think it was, or GR5 that the Royal Air Force had. They changed it quite a lot. It's got a much bigger wing platform, the AV8B. Let's get this flaps back up. Yeah, it's DCS, isn't it? The flight model is stunning. All the avionics work. I better go and explain to the CO now why I dumped everything off the end of the runway. I'll stop the recording there.